r/AskMen. 198 says, what's the biggest lesson heartbreak has taught you? Drop that wisdom, fellas. Smallbox off Crayon says, people are who they are, not who you need them to be. 198 says, it's so hard when you believe to your core that with more time, patience, and guidance, someone can change. But they never, and you just end up the fool. Mismided_1 says, people can change, but they have to be the ones to decide to change. You can't force people into the box you want them in. You wouldn't want someone else to put you into a box they built either, even if they had the best intentions. Stormwind 969 says, don't burn yourself to keep others warm. Greycourt 81 says, so the saying goes, the problem with putting someone first is that you're teaching them that you're last. Jigglewag says, unless you're Gwyn. DexMex6978 says, 1. Don't change who you are overall for someone. Minor tweaks for your betterment, sure. 2. You are stronger than you think. My divorce was gut-wrenching. I never thought I'd get over it. I'm in such a better place now, it's astounding. 3. Go with your gut. Your head and heart can be blind to loneliness, horniness, love, but your gut knows. VS_JPK says, as a guy going through a separation at the moment and not knowing if we'll be able to salvage anything from it, thank you for saying this. Exodus 111 says, it's 5 years later for me after a 20-year relationship. Here's what I did. I felt sorry for myself for about a year. Played lots of video games. Started seriously working out. Train, eat, sleep. Went hog wild on Tinder. Took a few months to figure out, but once I did I more than tripled my number. Realized there's a lot of crazy women out there, and just cause an opportunity is available it doesn't mean it's the best idea to always take it. I also realized I'm never compromising sexually again. If we are not sexually compatible, it wasn't meant to be. Found a great girl, now in a happy relationship for about a year. 198 says, you can give everything you have to someone and get nothing in the end. It's okay because we are not owed anything in life if you decide to love altruistically. That way no matter happens, you lived your truth, so moving past someone is a lot easier. No regret, no guilty TC. Hi, 0218 says, sometimes you just can't help people, no matter how hard you try. The only thing that ends up happening is you continue to get used. You never understand why we see as men, when things don't work out we immediately look inward for the problem. r/AskMen. 2maniacorn says, I'm looking to change my wardrobe, but don't know what style I want. Where do I look online? Hi folks, a while back I seen a post here talking about how women don't like loose-fitting clothes on men, example, most young men these days. I gasped when I realized I was/am one of them. Worse yet, most of my clothes are all-purpose work, home, backyard project, art project, etc. They need to be put down. It took a while for it all to sync and come together, but it all started with me buying a new pair of proper/better fitting pants. Holy shit. I felt like a new man. Then I looked at the rest of my wardrobe and became mildly embarrassed. For the most part, I don't care how I look. I'm in a long-term relationship and all that. But I refuse to look like a slob in public, and I don't want to dress in a suit and tie either. Now I'd like to be more well put together, even if 2 or 3 days a week, and I'm unsure of where to start after getting this new pair of pants. NoFuture4 says, r/Maleficent advice is decent for getting started. Herefant74 says, watch real men, real style videos on YouTube to get the basics of fit, fabric, color, essential items. Then take this knowledge and tweak it to better reflect your own personality. It's not hard to be one of the better dressed guys in the room and totally worth the effort. Your lady will go bananas too, that's a plus. Luck009 says, first thing is to define your own style. What kind of clothing do you enjoy wearing? You don't need to have only one style though, it can change depending on occasion, weather etc. Movies and games are great ways to find and define your own style. Then you need to focus on fit and what garments fit you best. Some guys look best wearing straight leg pants, others wearing slim or skinny. Some dudes look incredible wearing long coats, some should go for shorter ones. As a general rule, don't wear anything so tight that it makes you look vacuum sealed, or too loose that it makes you look sloppy. PM_tit_pics_pls_ says, keep it simple. Black jeans/pants, button-up shirt/plaid shirt, white/black undershirt is usually enough to make anyone look spiffy. Togglebits and Buckshot says, I wear white shirts and overalls 75% of the time, and have been for close to a decade. This gay bartender complimented me on my outfit and I didn't understand, then he explained that overalls are in. Trends come and go, so just find a style you look presentable in, enjoy wearing and makes you feel confident. The whole fashion idea is just a way to market clothing to people. Norris Ono says, women love the hipster look. Get you a little beanie, a hoodie under a leather jacket and the skinniest stretch jeans you can find. Man buns plus grown out beards help. r/AskMen. W0Mn says, what are hard conversations to have with your mum? I do a podcast called Long Overdue with my mum where we attempt to have tough conversations that people find hard to have with their parents. I'm just wondering what conversations you'd struggle to have with your mum or dad. Homely_bonfire says, I guess for a lot of guys these days, especially those who grew up with single mothers, the mother's influence on the child's dating life is a tough one. This can be by being overly protective or just being a bad role model and such things. Still Simple 6 says, why she cannot have alone time with her grandchildren due to mistrust and anger issues. Round_Spartan says, sex, consent, drugs, the downsides of being a parent, attitudes they had when they were your age, and would they be okay today, the line between protecting you and letting you make your own mistakes, situations they would/wouldn't trust you in, money, personal finance, fears, how to cook. A lot of people die before being able to pass on secret recipes. Alternative Mango 52 says, for me, it was when I told her that I won't come home after boarding school. Instead, I'll be working for an international organization, and I'll have to travel for work. For her, it's a constantly ongoing struggle to accept that I cook better than her. She is a good cook, but I have more experience with cuisines around the world, and I have a passion for cooking, so I practiced more in 24 years than she did in 50. Luckily, I never really have especially difficult conversations with my mother. I can tell her anything and expect an honest answer with a lot of thought put into it. She can expect the same from me. Rip Curls says, at times I'd like to have convos about my dad who passed away when I was a teenager, but I don't like bringing it up. I don't want to get her all emotional and upset. There are some tough questions I'd like to ask, but is asking those questions my place? Shouldn't I just let sleeping dogs lie? I feel guilty dredging up ancient history. But I also know I'll be regretful when she passes away, and I'll never know the answers to these questions, because she's the only one left who knew him well. Sam Shelby 7 says, it's not that they are tough, but just would be boring to have. Like what would even be the point? Bibulina says, I kept a lot of traumatic events to myself because I never wanted my mom to worry about me, as she always did the most to keep me safe, and she didn't deserve to suffer for my bad decisions and inability to protect myself. Sometimes later on as an adult I had to tell her some of these things to explain why I did some things a certain way. That's all for this video. Was it good? I know not, for I'm a robot. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. This video is the product of an automated process.